There are a lot of underutilized fish in our local waters, and I decided to bring on a chef to show us how we can turn these animals into culinary feasts. Hit that like button, let's go turn some crazy trash fish into an epic meal. Let's get started. Now that we have Daniel suited up, let's go get some ingredients.
Yeah, it's like super low tide right now. I just hope there's fish.
So one of the fish that I've been itching to try, but I've just been told by a whole bunch of people who are in the space that, this fish isn't even worth taking. It's the zebra perch. When I've been diving, I've seen tons of them. I mean, you'll see them in these schools, and they will usually just come out of nowhere and then engulf you in the school, and they'll be pretty good size. There's some that are, pretty beefy. These ones are on the smaller side, but I think that probably is better for the plate. So I wanted to see what Daniel had to say. So I took one. Right here, I'm going to brain it. So if you're new to spearfishing, this is the fastest way to put the fish out of its misery, and then you want to bleed them as fast as possible. This will keep the meat fresh. Quick tip on knife location, I like to keep it on the inside of my leg. This will prevent the knife from getting hung up on rocks and kelp. After a slight spear gun malfunction, we switched Daniel over to foraging, where he caught his first octopus. So if you want to see an amazing recipe using that octopus, stay to the end. It blew my mind. Next, I wanted to show him how to forage. There are tons of amazing creatures that are worth eating. Here is a scallop that he was able to find, and one of my favorite treats is raw, fresh scallops right during your dive.
Very fresh.
Like candy, right?
Amazing.
Just be sure to not take all of them off one spot so they can repopulate. Here is a stone shot on a black perch, and I wanted to get another black perch because these are also fish that most people disregard. Somebody in a thread that I saw online said they're kind of like the kole over in Hawaii. So maybe we can just start calling them the Cali Kole, and people will want to start taking them. Maybe it's a branding thing. But here is a beautiful black perch. When you look closely at them, their colors are phenomenal. They're a beautiful fish. And here it is. Look at that. Nice stripes. If you look really close, they have some speckles of blue. Really pretty. Now I wanted to get a few sea urchin. These are my favorite kind. The bigger red ones. They are delicious, so I'm taking a couple here. I wanted to see how Daniel opens them up. I have another video here in the corner if you want to see how I've done it, but I've realized that a chef knows best. And here is a beautiful sea urchin. With the sun setting, it was getting kind of late, getting a little bit harder to see, but there was one more fish that I wanted to see what Daniel can do with because it's one of my favorite fish. And it is the Halfmoon. And here I am taking a nice slow dive in the caves, and this is where I've seen a lot of Hawaiians dive, and they're going for the uku, and I just wanted to pretend because we just don't have those awesome big fish. But here I was pretending I was in the cave shooting an uku, but it was a half-moon. So one of the things that I wanted to make sure Daniel had an opportunity to do was to dispatch of the fish himself.
All right. So leave them on the shaft. Now take this and put it right here.
Okay.
And just be careful not to stab yourself. Almost there, almost there. Yeah, there you go.
He's definitely not.
So like,
He's definitely not chilling.
see how it opens up?
Yeah.
Now he's just tweaking.
So the sun was setting, it was getting a little chilly, we're all hungry. Let's go back to the house and start cooking.
I was like, you have everything? You're like, yes, I even have the little small cutting board.
Oh, okay.
Crack it all out. Let's pull it out and make it happen.
Yeah.
Let's
Clear a
guzzle
little
the
more
wine.
space for you.
All right, guys, you're in for a treat. You're about to watch a master of his craft just whip up a meal at the top of his head with the ingredients that we got from the ocean. The only thing he did was hit the farmer's market earlier in the day to get some vegetables, but that was it. He didn't know we were gonna get what type of fish or if we were gonna get scallops, uni, whatever. And it was just crazy. So we did end up getting some of the red urchin, some of the purple urchin, some black perch, half moon, the zebra perch. Now we were just saying, what can you whip us up? and here he goes. You know, he's throwing together some delicious vegetables. Apparently you need tins and tins of olive oil because that was used not sparingly, it was used all over the place. Here's the Halfmoon. I told him it's one of my favorite fish to eat raw, and I was like, what can you whip us up? One thing that I did learn from him is that you should always have the sharpest knives in your kitchen. It just makes things so much easier. I'm usually using dull things, and dull knives are dangerous because, you know, you're gonna have to add a lot more pressure and then you can slip. But look at the fillet. You know, when you bleed a fish correctly, the meat looks clean. And Daniel showed me a tool that I need to add to my kitchen, and it's these kitchen tweezers to pull out the small bones. But man, that made life so much easier and you waste less fish. Okay, here it is, the octopus. We were all kind of like, what are we gonna do with this? I personally haven't taken octopus, even though I've seen them quite a bit. I think it's because I watched that Octopus Teacher documentary, but I was about to be blown away right here. This is something that, it was just cool to watch him just start eating it raw. I was like, I didn't even know you can do that, to be honest. I've had octopus poke, don't get me wrong, in Hawaii, but there's something when you see it alive and then now you have to eat it. But he was like, you know, I got a good recipe. How about we make a ceviche out of octopus? And I'm like, okay. So he was just whipping up a concoction, you know, little diced onion. We had some salt, some lime juice, some crazy chilies that he likes to use. I was like, I don't know how this is gonna taste. Moment of truth, let's see what it was.
I think we should eat this.
Yeah, sort of.
I think we should eat this. It's like, you ever eat like chewy crunchy? A weird texture.
Holy shit.
Good?
So weird.
So weird.
It's like this delicious flavor.
And then crazy crunchy chewy texture.
Just insane
Look
texture.
at that dish.
Holy shit. It's so weird. I love it.
That's good.
Alright.
What's on top of it?
Yeah, but this is like
Chili crunch. Japanese chili.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Mm.
oh actually
Can't get any fresh than that.
worth calling out. You can't have soy.
All right, guys, if you're enjoying the meal so far, spear that like button. Now let's get back to it. So getting back to that Halfmoon, we had Daniel cut it up into small little slices. And now we are going to coat it with some delicious olive oil. Olive oil was flowing this night, that's for sure. And then he had the olive oil with the chilies that was sauteed a little bit earlier that you saw. And it had just a nice little subtle flavor. Here's some of those onions. Oh my gosh.
What was that fish?
Halfmoon.
Halfmoon. And these are these fermented chilies from Calabria, these Calabrian chilies with yeah.
Oh my god.
These chilies for me, if you like spicy,
Mm-hmm.
are like, they're these Calabrian chilies.
Oh wow.
These are actually he's like still doing his thing.
Next up was how to open a sea urchin. And if you've seen the other video that I put in the corner right here, I've used the knife technique where you brute force and you break it open. Here was another technique that I learned, which is you take scissors and you cut around the mouth, then you kind of rinse it, drain it, and now you can take a spoon and start to pull out the uni in nice, simple shapes so they aren't broken and they look really pretty. And these red sea urchins were just beautiful. And it's just so crazy how much uni you get and how expensive it is at the store. Now the vegetables were done being sauteed. We're going to wither the greens a bit. We're gonna get out this mandolin and just start whipping out some of these cool shapes. But here it is, guys. Here it is. Black perch and zebra perch.
Dude,
these
chef.
plates were just beautiful. Look at this. Oh my gosh. I was stoked. Let's see the taste test.
I don't know what the issue is.
It's good?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just game changed a whole bunch of people's minds right now. That's all I'm saying.
It's all about game changing minds.
How to make rosé.
Cool people to cool people. So.
Hey, respect. Thank you.
I like this fish a lot.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we could catch a lot, and there were a lot of those fish out
There's
there.
a lot.
There
There's
was
plenty.
schools of fish.
Thanks, guys, for hanging out with us today. Let me know in the comments which recipe you want to try at home. And until next time, check out one of these videos, and I'll see you on the next one.